Paris, early 19th century. Imagine the cobblestone streets still slick with winter frost. Gas lamps flicker in the fog. The city bustles with aristocrats in gilded carriages, while beggars line the alleys, clutching their children, their hands outstretched for scraps. This was a city of contrasts, grandeur and poverty, wealth and desperation. And among the poor, one struggle was darker than most: unwed mothers, women cast out by families, shamed by churches, and judged by society. To be a single mother was not just scandalous, it was a sentence of poverty, ridicule, and isolation. These women had few choices. Some abandoned their babies at the steps of churches, hoping for mercy. Some smothered their cries in the dead of night. And others, clutching to hope, turned to women like Elise Loire, a caregiver, a midwife, a supposed savior. But what they didn't know was that behind her warm smile lurked a predator. Elise Loire made her name by helping. She promised desperate women that for a small fee, she would care for their unwanted babies. Some mothers believed their children would be adopted by wealthy families. Others thought they would be raised in safety, far from the streets. And Elise, kind-faced, persuasive, and seemingly trustworthy, encouraged their hopes. But once the door closed, that kindness vanished. The babies never saw a future. Her home became their grave. Whispers spread to the cramped apartments of Paris. Neighbors noticed she carried strange bundles out at night. They smelled foul stenches seeping from her rooms. But who would accuse a woman of such evil? Who would dare confront the so-called savior of abandoned children? So her secret festered, and the cries of her victims were silenced. It began with the saying: on a frigid winter morning, passers-by noticed a sack tangled against the riverbank. When pulled ashore, its contents spilled horror across the cobblestones. Tiny bodies, infants, lifeless, stacked like broken dolls. The city gasped in shock. Panic rippled through its poorest quarters. Mothers began whispering, was this connected to Elise? Police, already under pressure from the public, turned their eyes toward her. They discovered her books of transactions, names of mothers, amounts paid, and next to many of them, ominous marks, crosses, symbols, signs of something final. When they searched her home, the truth was undeniable. They found remains, signs of smothering, and tools of concealment. Her business was not care, it was slaughter, and suddenly, Paris was face to face with a monster hiding in plain sight. But here's what made Elise Loire so terrifying. She didn't deny it. She didn't wail or beg forgiveness. Instead, she claimed mercy. She said she had spared these children from a life of poverty and shame, that she had given them peace rather than hunger. To some, she appeared calm, rational. To others, she even smiled as she described her methods. Historians suggest she was not insane. She was business-minded, calculated. Every child was profit, every death routine. And the chilling thought is this: she operated not for days, not for months, but for years. Many victims? 10? 50? More? The number vanished with her records buried by time. But even one was too many. The trial of Elise Loire became a spectacle. Crowds gathered to see the woman branded the Ogress of Paris. Newspapers printed lurid accounts, calling her a demon in human skin. Parents locked their doors. Women who had once trusted her sobbed in the streets. The people demanded blood. And yet, history falters here. Some records claim she was sentenced to death, her head taken by the guillotine. Others insist she was quietly imprisoned, fading into obscurity behind stone walls. And some suggest she may have vanished altogether, slipping away with secrets no one ever uncovered. Her exact fate? Lost. But the bones of her victims remain, buried in forgotten graves, hidden beneath the soil of Paris. Their voices never heard. Elise Loire was called the Ogress, but the truth is far more terrifying. She was not a supernatural monster. She was not a phantom in the night. She was a woman with a smile, a neighbor, a caretaker, a predator who killed with the trust others place in her. And if she could carry out such horrors, undetected, for years in the heart of Paris, then ask yourself, how many others like her walked among us? How many killers are behind kindness? Behind charity? Behind trust? The Ogress of Paris may have been forgotten by history, but her story is a warning. A warning that monsters do not always wear fangs. Sometimes they wear aprons, they speak softly, and they wait patiently for desperation to bring victims right to their door. And this was only one, because next time we will step into another shadow, another forgotten nightmare, another monster the world chose to forget